sold-out Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Tonight, it's the AFC's turn to take center stage as we've got a wild card matchup on tap between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the New England Patriots.
The kickoff for Jacksonville.
The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. A fairly short kick from the 14. And up to about the 26-yard. Line just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Here's the option. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. He'll drop to throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
3rd play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Goodwin able to haul it in. The 30. 10.
It's sad they pay me. I'll do this.
The way in. Touchdown, New England. Marquise Goodwin, 66 yards. And the Pats have taken the early lead.
Well, this has been a quick strike offense all season long, finding many different ways to manufacture big plays.
They had a big playoff preview today in the papers, and it was about who would set the tone. Well, they just set the tone right there. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
He'll have a 1st down past the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty. Can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Jackson. He'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 38-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a handoff here to his running back. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. From the gun, Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a first.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. This will be caught inside the 10. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown.
Touchdown.
DJ Chark, 27 yards. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. Now, these are not going to be easy on a cold, snowy night, but this one is up and through.
At 7. Josh Lambo to kick off for Jackson.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get advantage that way.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
Made back at the 37-yard line.
looking to throw. He's going to look deep for Watkins. That's caught at the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Sammy Watkins, 63 yards. And the Patriots have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one.
At the 25-yard line, the Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
At the 23-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
14, Jaguars 7.
Just let me breathe for a minute, man. Just let me breathe. Just let me breathe for a minute, man. Just let me breathe for a minute. Just let me breathe.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Jackson from the shotgun. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. And a give this time to the tailback.
The ball
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
They go play action now. Jackson. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. From the gun, Jackson into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dante Hightower. Past the 20, 10. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way in.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. It's their quarterback scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And this will be a Jaguars first down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Gain on the play. And a Jaguar first down.
Operating from the gun, Jackson looking long for Westbrook. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Jaguars. D.D. Westbrook, 63 yards. And the Jaguars are back within a score. It took them a while to get their speedster involved, but they found him downfield there.
And what we've discovered as we've watched games is the speedster doesn't have to have a lot of catches, doesn't have to have volume in order to have a huge impact on the game. His speed scares the heck out of defenses, and other guys can capitalize. But when you finally hit him and he carries it all the way into the end zone, that's what you're paying him for. That big threat that can make big plays on a limited number of catches.
That's how you step on the stage with your first catch. Take it to the house. Taken in the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
25-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have.
And he fires one that's intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Jacksonville.
And we'll see if that pick 6 looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally. And you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome? But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up. And then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
On first down, Irving. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 42-yard line.
Second and 11. From from the shotgun. He'll look to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
After the interception, here's Jackson, buying time to his left. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great effort there. There to make the grab. And the Jaguars have moved out in front. But what a quick turnaround there. They get the football. Next play, boom, touchdown.
I've been in a situation before where a turnover occurs, and if you're over on the bench with your defensive mate and you talk about what to do on your next series, and all of a sudden you hear sudden change, you've got to get out on the field and defend right away. Not everyone is mentally prepared to go.
Is that what is yelled on the sidelines a lot of times?
That, among other things.
Maybe some words we can't share here.
Yeah, we'll just keep this one PG.
FCC violation.
No doubt.
At their own 25-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together. Say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
It's a gain of 5.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
31-yard line.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass. Now they'll throw here, out of the gun.
Open man is Asiasi, the tight end.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 17 yards there for the Patriots as they've got themselves a first down. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. On play action, they'll throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Dante Hightower on the stop. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. So we're at halftime in this AFC wildcard matchup as we get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, Jackson escaping the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jackson. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
2nd and 9.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside Gale. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be met at about the 43. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB. Jackson going to throw quickly here, complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 12 yards there and a 1st down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And again this time to the tailback. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the 3rd quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. The open man is Westbrook. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
One quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Now a handoff here to his running back. And the Jaguars are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Second and goal from the 1. They'll try to run this one in. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown of the night. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
16-yard line.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and short.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Dumps this off over the middle. And he'll get to the 29-yard line. Brought down there. 4 yards the pickup. 1st down. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Flush to his right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 12 yards there and a 1st down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
2 1st downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
Miles Jack working free that time to take him down.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
39. A gain of 12 brings up 3rd down and
on 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 36. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line.
Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
Steps away to his left. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great effort there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his third touchdown of the game. And the Jags take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points.
The score, Jaguars 42, Patriots 21. Josh Lambo to kick off.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15.
And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions. We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
And to give this time to the tailback. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
The ball carried by.
Like any team, they would have loved to have had more yards on that run, but it looks like they just want to get to the 2-minute warning and see what they want to do after that.
Brings up 3rd down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown.
Jacksonville.
A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Jags take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Makes the score Jaguars 49, Patriots 21.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. Saying their fans here are stunned would be an understatement. Things in this wild card round have not gone according to plan.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 25. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
13 yards.
Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
40-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a handoff working right. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line.
Number 2.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Patriots going with a dime package here. 2 extra defensive backs on third. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield.
Darren Lee.
It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
And a Jaguar first down.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Tonight's final score.
Their coaching staff, they were pretty adamant beginning of the year. Our goal is to get to the Super Bowl. Well, they made it to the playoffs. That's part 1, but they fall a little bit short.
And to me, once again, it exemplifies just how difficult it is to not just make the playoffs, but to win games in the playoffs. So you can set your goals high, but if anything is off during that time, you have some key injuries or you just don't play well, you get a bad matchup where that team just has better strength than you in certain areas, this is how it ends. So I don't think it's a total loss of a season, but obviously didn't get where they wanted to go.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. From Foxborough, good night, everybody.